So let's get back into some back testing. So after the Christmas Day and the Christmas Eve back testing videos I did, I'm gonna do a session on the other model, which is quite similar. Basically looking for price to trade below, the previous session, like the London or low or high, trade above or below it at 9:30. Then we're looking for a sweep and an inverse fair value gap to be created off of that, and we can either enter continuation in the inverse fair value gap, or if the break fails, we can enter a continuation. No, sorry, get into a reversal of the inverse fair value gap, and if that fails, then we can then take the continuation the other way. So far, done 2 trades on this. The first one was quite nice for an idea of what it looks like. First, actually using the model, price traded below the London low and created an inverse fair value gap on a 1 minute at the 9:35 candle. Took the wick entry to target the London high and test this out. So you can see we swept below the London low. On a 1 minute, we then had the inverse fair value gap. Tapped that, nice reaction off it, entered there to target the London high, which was over here. For reference, that looked like that, and that was in line with the previous daily low there as well. So that was another confluence. And yeah, basically the reason I went for London high as the target was it would either be that or the Asian high or low. Unfortunately, on FX replay, I can't get the Asian session to appear. I can only get AM, PM, and London. So we can kind of put the numbers together for the time. What have I done here? But yeah, so we're just going to get into it, see how we do. And yeah, right. So I think the best place to put the probably down here actually. Now I think about it. So I'm not going to look at P&L. Right, so when I go to that, puts us at 7. So from here, looking at the range, got previous daily high, previous daily low, PM low, we've got Asia high, Asia low, around that sort of level. Move that across a little bit. Just looking at the overall bias, I'm thinking this is maybe a bit more bullish here. Could be going up here. Maybe no trade. We'll see how we go. Put it into 1 minute. What are we at? 9:25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Right. So from here, we are. To be honest, this just looks like a bit of an expansion day. I don't see the need for price to come lower here, so we'll just see what we get. $9.48. To be honest, this is probably a continuation up to take yesterday's AM high. Apparently not. So no trade there. Which is fine. Yeah, no inverse here. there's that, but that's a bit too low for what I want. Price has gone on and taken the London low there, so again, just double check. Yeah, so no inverse here unless you went for that there around 10:30 to then get the rest of the range. So next up, what are we looking like on the hourly? On 4 hour. Looks like that. Got that in balance, and then possibly the low there. It's interesting because I was watching a couple of videos on like order flow trading and like trading with volume, and it's like I was very interested by the fact that you can get a bit more information from the candles and why they do certain things. Obviously that's not what this model is about. This model is completely different to that. So, well, maybe not a separate video, but once I've done a bit more research on it, then I'll this is the order flow stuff. Once I've done a bit more research on it, I'll do a video just to summarize my thoughts and maybe possible steps to test it out, because it did look quite interesting. Like it could be something to look at, like a different type of model. But until then, we'll stick with what we know. Still at 840 here. 9, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. So we're currently below London low, below Asia low. Let's go into the 1 minute. Yeah, continuation for Asia high. So the entry would have been here. I missed that. Where's my tool? That would have been it right there. There's your inverse fair value gap. Enter off that. Trade up to take London high. So we would just go with that. We'd wait for that close. Confirmation. And you'd want to go with something like that. Stop loss below the IFVG. London high up here. Like so, 2.94. And pop that up. There you go. TP would have been hit. So again, easy in hindsight, easy when you're watching, just in back testing, because it's all happened already. And there's no capital involved, but good to collect data. So that was another one. Let's go to next session. Pop this forward a bit. Where are we? 6:55, 6:45, 7. So that's the 9. Oh shit! Have I done too many there? Whoops. To be fair, we could still wait for price to take the London low here, maybe. This is not the model. I'm not going to take this. I'm just marking this out. Just see what we get. All of this up here. outside the session now. Yeah. Okay, next up. A bit more careful with it this time. Try not to pass that 9:30 candle right away. 9:15. Okay, so our time frame looks a bit bearish here. We could come down and take this low, so it could be bearish. We have just swept this. Got London low, London high there. Asia session is like here. It's at 8 to 10. And we got the previous daily high and low, so this might not even be a setup. Put this on the 1 minute. Like that, but it's short. Again, not ideal. Get the news drivers on that date. No. Apparently not. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay. So no trade there. Just watch, see where this goes, if it goes for London high. Bump that up a little bit, 5 minutes. And there we go. We eventually got that sweep. Now, this is going into 11:35, so I wouldn't be trading this with the model for that reason. And again, next day. Right, so previous daily high and low, we're below it. This looks like it could be more of an expansion day, up towards these levels here. So this might not align properly, but we'll have a look. 8, 10. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh no, that's the 9:30 candle there. Right then, so we traded, we got the PM high here. Traded above London high. It's got London low down here. Does it look like we need to go down here again? Maybe not. Simply because we've now swept that. And that has also brought us down into this to fill this. Could see a reaction, but you know, in line with the model, we want to see what's going on. So I'm going to go in a 1 minute. No inverse here. I have this. And we could look, oh, we've taken a PM high, but we could look for maybe the AM high from yesterday. Am I going to take that? Can try it. 9:37, we can go there. Put a stop below that body. Target that. Not so certain about this, to be honest. But we'll try it. You see that? Body language. Not so certain about it. So that'll be what, 4.5 to 1. I think what I'm going to do is just see how this next candle closes. And the next, yeah. So we didn't take that, which is nice. However, we could go for a continuation here, maybe. Okay. So that was the right decision, not getting in there. Take the AM high? Not yet. Bump this up to 5 again. And down we go. So was that a 10 AM reversal? It was. Okay. 10 AM reversal. Interesting. And then still not taking that. We've just sort of filled the imbalance. Do have this here. Bump that forward a bit. There you go. Full day. London low gets taken. So it's not fully in line. So this is the thing. I want to identify points where this model works. And then likewise with the other model, which is just the 8:15 candle or the 8 o'clock 15 minute. And yeah, we just want to see how we do. So I'm going to go to next session. What day are we on Thursday? Now this is better. This is better. We're trading up above this at the moment. Relative, well, that's a sweep there, I guess. Daily chart. Could see further movement down, possibly. But we will investigate. $8.15. Coming up to 9. $9.15 there. Right. So, what are we looking at? Yeah, just get on the 1 minute. Right. So we have the inverse here. Now traded above the London high. I would like to see this continue upwards to take that. Mark that level out. Again, this could be a sweep here. Relative equal lows here with a fair value gap. This is very high risk to reward. Tap, tap, up. So there's a bit of stalling here. So what's that? Close, that's a 940. Just want to see some confirmation in this break. Okay. So that's just going to shoot up like that. So there's another one. Indecision, didn't take it. You know, that would have been the right play to get in on that. But yeah, again, you can see that works. That would have been a beauty of a trade, to be fair. So that had been, what? $2% on current balance, that would have been another 1.5k for $217. So that would have been a belter, to be honest. Interesting. Okay. And then let's see what we got. Bump this forward a little bit. Continuation up, next leg. Cool off after the big move. Sellers take hold. Come into PM session, sellers reverse it. And then inverse fair value gap, sell model, all the way down to London low. Nice, right. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. And that was on a Thursday as well. So we can continue from here. Previous daily high and low, please. So below it. This is on a Friday, so it might be lower probability. At 8 o'clock. Sky. Whoop. I've gone too quickly there. However, it traded above London high. Dropped down. No inverse. And are we below London low now? Yeah, so I mean, there's that inverse there. What about 3 minute? You got this. Again, this is not one that I would like as much, just because price comes down and trades back up into it like that. Although it's still, yeah, it's still doable. That is still doable, but that is similar to the one that I lost. Although, what's the difference? Difference is the reaction was strong off this. It was a strong break. No inverse on the way up. We got that. There's a strong break rather than consolidation around here. So that's interesting to note. Next up, where are we going? What are we on? Monday. Below London low. Okay. Hard time frame. Looking bearish. Rather. Previous daily high there. Friday's daily high is in an inverse fair value gap. Okay. Bump this forward a bit. So with context, where are we now? Swap this, sell side. Trend is still bearish. Yep, fine. What else is there to take? Swap this. To be fair, when was this? January 2022. Okay. Interesting. So we're way below that London low. Way below. Okay. Possibility this isn't a trade here. 925. Up. rejection, trade it down. Now, do you get this? Bear in mind we are bearish in a downtrend here, so I don't see this happening unless we break above this high. You know, all depends. There's a retracement there, continuation down. Again, no entry because high time frame's bearish. And then 11 o'clock. Yeah, so not ideal there. Okay. Now we're in the middle of the range. Let's just zoom in a bit. It's on a 15-minute chart here. Right, so you got London low. We traded below the London low here. You got London high here. So this is going to be a target depending on what we see. At the open, well, not at the open, but depending on what we see again. Put that on 1. Not very nice. Don't like that. But we'll see. So did not like that. Although we are at 9:57 here, 10 o'clock, possible reversal. So now we traded below the London lows. See, still bearish long term. Lots of indecision. Now, is that an inverse? Is that enough to qualify? Or is there one more sweep here? There you go, mark that. I'm not saying this is high probability. Yeah, okay. Next up, where we at? 15. See. So yeah, we got that sweep at the end of the PM session yesterday. $8 o'clock. 9:15. So, have we seen the bottom? Price is now closed above this. Possible reversal here on the higher time frame, possibly. Not saying it's guaranteed. And so we're going to drop down to 1 minute. We're above the London high. We've got move these off the chart for now. So we're going to remove all the drawings off. So we've got the PM high over here, just above the previous daily high. So mark that out. It's on the 3 minute. We have this. Take a look at what S&P is doing. Did we get SMT here? Oh, this is from another chart. So down. Okay. That might be a bit of a giveaway there. Go on. Could be a continuation here now that we traded up. PM high. One more candle. Down. Down. Okay. So then we have that. Now we've got clean break at 10 o'clock. Go long. Do we want to take that? That's the question. The answer is right in front of you. Okay, so that's another one we didn't take. So I'm taking a lot more caution in this back testing in actually, getting into my trades. In the last back testing I did on Christmas, it was like I was doing it from like 2 o'clock to 3:30 in the morning. And, I was just taking like every session, just looking at stuff coming onto looking at the patterns basically rather than the context. So we're just taking it a bit slower today, which is fine. And then again, what have we got? We've got London Eye here. We've already traded up. Pop this on 15. So we're going to here. 9, 15. Drop down. So that's a 9:30 candle there. Potential for reversal, I think, depending on what we get. Although 3-minute looks like this could be a continuation here. Just see. Yeah. And continuation up there. So again, we got the 5-minute inverse, and then that comes up to target this imbalance here. So as you can see, it's like a lot of times going by without me taking a trade here. So if you look at the last one I took, it was on the 1st of December. Is that right? 12th of January. Yeah, sorry. 12th of January 2022. And it's now, what is it? The 27th of January. So that's almost 2 weeks, if that. And again, just let that do its thing. So next session, just patiently waiting. Bump this forward a little. Mm-hmm. 15, 20, 25. Whoops. Alright, so we're below the London low, higher time frame, looking a bit more stagnant, but we do have these resting highs here. Swept London low. Possibilities. Still looks quite bearish here. You can see, going off what I mentioned, price did come up, trade up, and continued down. So what is the higher time frame point of interest down here? That is the question. What are we going for? Pretty much on par with structure at the moment. So, taste that a sec. Alright, so urges of wanting to get in a trade now because I've been sat here for so long and not taking one. Wanting to be right, ego is itching. Psychology note. So drop down here. Where are we at? 940. Again, nada. $10, still no result yet. So you get inverse there, but then no room for an entry on the 1 minute at least. And up we go. So again, another session, no trade. Let's grab some water. So 9 o'clock, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, 1 minute. Pop on the 5. Traded below. Above previous daily high. So that's one thing to note. Got this PM high here. London high. Mark them. Both. 1, 2. Like so. Right. So 28, 29, 30. Down. Maybe a news day. See how we close here. Oh, sheesh. Okie doke. See how it is. So maybe no entry here. I wouldn't be surprised. We just see price rip. Mark that. Yeah, no entry there. The price just went like it was nobody's business. On the way back down, what did we retrace into there? Order block. So bullish order block. Continuation. And a PM high. So that news driver, you know, sign of bullish intent. Not always the case though. Again, what are we looking like on the hourly? We are coming up here now. So I'm looking at this AM high as the next target with that imbalance above it. Move that forward a little bit. Next session, I think I'll get taken the PM session. Yeah, there you go. Right, what is this? Tuesday. 15. 125 there. Right, so now we're looking for price to trade above or below and an inverse to form off of that. With that being said, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, possible room for another sweep down here. Yeah. Yeah. Got the London low here. We're going to mark that. Maybe look to target a reversal. There you go. Down she goes. So in a 3 minute, I'd imagine, yeah, depending on what the close is. Okie doke. I mean, that next one. Okay, so I'm going to go long now. And what's the time here? 9:52. Okay, so then where's the London high? I'm going to target London high here. We've now traded down into this imbalance here. Do have this down here. Is there reason for a price to continue upwards? Possibly up here. We are above previous daily high. Hourly looks like that. This could be risky. 15 looks like that. It's a big break, but there is this. So we've also taken the Asian low as well. Mark that across. So we've seen a reaction off of this. What would you do? Would you take this trade? I think we're going to go for it. 3.5 to 1. Let me just come out of this a little bit. 1 minute. So for my journaling purposes, I'm going to put some text in here. London low. Asia low. Put them in white. And I don't like how big that text is, so we're going to do that. 11 and then white. Right. Mark that like so. Maybe come across a little bit. Right. Place $200 on this for 776. Price has swept London and Asia low, coming up to 10 AM. Imbalances. FVGs both above and below. Timeframe. Previous daily AM, PMs. What else are we doing here? We are going to go and grab that as well. I wish I had 2 monitors going on. aiming for London High, pretty much. Aiming for London High after sweep of daily session lows. And we'll see how we go. So, possible that it's wrong. Yeah, within a minute. Interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna mark that. You know, what am I doing? No, not that one. There we go. So hit within a minute. Possible that price does continue in our direction. Keeping an eye for re-entry. Right. Okie dokie. So price did not want to go our direction there. Now what have we traded into? PM low. To be fair, we could see this come and take the PM low. See how this goes. So now that this has sort of flowed a bit more, we're at what, 10.20. Not as clean. Am I going to take that as a re-entry? Not that. Now, this is interesting. This is where, you know, your mind wants to chase. But as we are here, click one. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go long again. Very tight stop loss this time. Did that sweep PM low? It didn't. Okay. Replace that. Current balance. There you go. Further entry long after sweep and around 10:30. Looking at FVG reaction, tight SL and same target for London High. All right. Put the 5 minute in there as well. There you go. Not so smart. Let's put this on 5 minute. See if it then goes. PM session. gets taken in the PM session. So we're looking at 15. Okay, so save that one as well. SL hit very quickly. What did we actually trade down into here? What did we trade down into? What is their reasoning? Not necessarily. Again, this is where having volume on your chart and order flow would make it a lot easier to understand why this is happening in this type of way. Yeah, so I'm going to attach. Come on. Right, that's what I'm going to add, and I'm going to add the 5 minute. Apologies for the back and forth between this. SL hit quite quickly, and then 3 minutes. Price traded up to London high in PM. 5M attached again. So save both of them. So you can see there's only 2 trades in January, 2 trades in 1 day in Feb, and that has pretty much bled this big win here. So what we're going to do, head to next session, and we go again. So let's delete all this off the charts. What we're looking at on a 4 hour, price is more bullish for sure. Definitely feeling this. And what are we on here? On a Wednesday. So we've got a, whoa, is that a weekly opening? No, that's on Tuesday. We've gapped up. So if we get a nice sweep above, we can then look to target London low and this as a draw. And vice versa, if we trade down into this gap, we can then look to see if price will trade up. Straight away we've gone up 8:30. That's the 9:30 candle here. We have traded below London low. Come on now. Oh, we can see it from there, can't we? May as well mark it out for the crack, for the bloody crack, mate. Yeah. Okay. Now, off the rip, I want to see a break of this here rather than price coming up to then trade down and sweep. Off the rip, that's what I want. Does it reject? No, so we've broken that. Okay, now we can look at this inverse. Put that as an inverse at least. This could also be a continuation down, depending on the reaction. What are we now? 9:39. Let's wait for the candle print down and reaction. Okay, yeah, so that is a nice continuation. Further sweep to fill this gap. We'll have another look, see if we get another reaction. And continuation. $10. There's an inverse up again. Okay. So that is that. Hmm. Five-minute inverse there. Trading into this. And then okay, so next session. And deep into this now. I find when I look at the charts for a while, I tend to overthink a little bit, especially when I've been in the same session for a long time. It just tends to be the case. Now we're on a Thursday. We know that last time we had Thursday, it played out. A massive drop in the PM session, maybe FOMC. Again, I don't know why the news ain't showing up. Normally, you can get the news here and drag it out, and it's there. So for whatever reason, I don't have the news. So that's a bit of a disadvantage. But nonetheless, we will persevere. What is it here? 6:55. Just wait for the 9:30. Price comes down. 9, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Interesting. Imbalances below. Big bearish move down. Strange. London high is above the previous daily low. So still on here for the model. We just need that. So same with Asia session, accumulation, manipulation, distribute up into this. I want to see price come up here, especially with the higher time frame, daily high and low. And let's just see what we get. 38. See us close above here. 39. No. Okay. So we have this. And I want to see price come down back into that. Lovely. I'm going to take that. I'm going to put my stop below this. Like that. Target London high. It's not great. Maybe bump the risk reward. 3-to-1's a little bit nicer. And let's go with that. Put a few charts here and just get some context. Keep forgetting I have to come down and do that each time, which is a bit frustrating on a laptop. Yeah, but you can see all this up here. So I'll then grab that one. Big move down. Previous PM session. Price accumulates during Asia and London. Sweep below London in AM and below previous daily low. And then nice a nice break upwards, creating 3M IFVGs, entering on retracement of higher IFVG with SL below the first one and targeting London high. Wrong one. Okay, see. Damn, I've been getting cooked on FX replay, I'm not gonna lie. I've been getting cooked recently. And then it goes. Does that go all the way? No. So, what is this showing me? This is what I need to figure out. What is this showing me? Because the more I'm doing this, and the more time I've spent out of the live markets, especially with Christmas and everything, I'm developing a bit more uncertainty from this, because to be fair, that wasn't completely the model. If we're being honest, it wasn't. But you know, the last back testing session I did, I got absolutely cooked. I think I got one winner. This session I haven't had a single winner. I've been sat here for like an hour. So interesting. I'm not sure. So we're gonna journal that. Right. When do we hit stop? 9:45. So hit at 9:45. Developing uncertainty mentally after multiple hours in a row on FX loss streak building. Noted. Right. So again, that brings us back to break even on this account. Oh no, still 250 up. So interesting, very interesting. Okay. What's the higher time frame saying? If it loads. Oh, we had that down there, to be fair, yeah. Okay. Maybe Friday brings us more. Trade down in there. 6 o'clock. Big break. I'm going to go to New York. Down again. Yeah, not sure. So, you know, this is the importance of backtesting. To collect the data and build the stats and the numbers to be happy with what you're trading. So, okay. Previous daily low been taken here. Friday, it is now. Right, we're just going to go with this. 5M IFVG there. 3M. No break. Take this. SL below. That's big. That's a big movement for a Friday. Don't know why 4 hours not loading. Let's come into this daily volume imbalance here. Don't like that. I think it's going lower. No, put that on a 1. Okay, brilliant. Okay. I'll look for a retracement here. No. Typical, isn't it? Absolutely typical. The one I don't take. Where are we here? 11. So that was very high. Still not taking that. Just missed it. Does it come back up? No. Okay. So again, next session. Previous daily high and low. Got that. 745. Okay. Lots of consolidation. It's a Monday. Where's London low? Trade above London high. Okay. Okay. Next up, bump this forward. Don't like this. Don't like how it looks. So we're going to go into the 1. So that's 925, 27, 930. Got that. Strong rejection there. I feel like this is still bearish. But is that fear? Is that fear of being wrong? Trade up into that. Then what you're looking for? Already here. You know? Did that hit the London high? Nope. Very up and down movement. Next session. This looks much more bullish now. Hourly fair value gapped up there. Long. Very, very interesting price action. Down we go. Lots of clicking. And then up. So again, new session. So that's 830, way below. $9.10. Not having 4 hours very much disadvantaging me here. So we swept previous daily low and that London high. We've already swept this London high. I think we could see a recovery up to this sort of level. Let's have a look. Depending on how price moves. Okay. Looks pretty bullish there. Yep. We recovered the whole candle, most of it. Go up to London high, London low even, yep. Okay. And then the rest of it. Okay. We'll do a couple more. Again. $8.30, 45, 9, 15, and 20, 25. So we're above London high. Just looking at the reaction here. We have one inverse here. Breaker structure there. London low. Right, I'm going short here. Whatever the fuck news that was. Stop that. Does it need to? Don't know. Let's see the reaction from this. So that's 8 to 1. Okay. Correct. And then it goes 10 o'clock. Next session. Okay, so this is what it is. You got to put the time in. You got to put the time in. And 9. So I want to see a sweep of London highs and price come down off that. 1 minute. So you got an inverse here. Drop to 1. Where is the London high? That's the question. There she is. Okay. Dependent on the close. Yeah. 10 o'clock, 15. London low is the target here. So I see a retracement. It's a very tight stop. Although that sweep there, that's kind of a spanner in the works, if we're being honest. Maybe give it a bit more room, because that's a 22. Okay, right, now it's looking a bit better, giving it a bit more time. Pull back into this. Close below. What time is it? 19:20. Look at something like this. Now that's a lot of pips to move though, isn't it? 14.053. Is it going to move 260 pips in an hour? Or roughly about that. Now we're going in. See, look at this indecision here. Holding in this. I've seen this quite a few times. Right, so now I'm happy that... actually, I'm not happy with that. Delete that. Next. Yeah, weird. Not weird, but right decision not to trade there. 15M. Now we've got big imbalances from London. Just seems like I'm missing something here. Oh, I've gone fucking way too far there. Way too far. That's not a great day to trade anyway. Go to the next one. Skim all the way through here. $8.40. Down we go. We've got all of that imbalance down there. Okay. In 4 hours, just not loading. I'm getting a bit drained now. I've been sat here doing this for a while, so I'm going to make this the last one for the video. And what are we doing here? We are at 8:57, 9:27, which is actually 9:29. Down. Down again. Now below this. Down, 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 down. You know what, we'll do one more. Feeling it. Maybe a few. Kind of back in this now. Right in the middle of the range. Okay, this is a bit more promising. So I want to see London low swept to target a high. I want to see London low swept to target a high. Right, let's do it. 15s. Here we go. 8:10. 9. There's the sweep there. 8:30 sweep. Cool. Put the 5s. 9 o'clock comes in. 9:25. 30. All right. lot of bullshit going on with these wicks. Let's not get attached to the idea of that sweep, right? Where's that? Asia hasn't yet been taken. So keep going. Actually, going to mark that. Like that. Right, Asia now taken. And continuation, bro. So now at 10 o'clock. And so on. So if we're looking at the other model, that would look something like this. Where's 8? That one there. So I don't think you'd actually have a trade there. No, so you'd be waiting for that past it, so there'd be no model there. Okay, next. Now it calls into question the validity of these models that I'm looking at. How valid are they? 8:15, 9, 15, 20, 25. What are we looking like on that? On here. Not having the 4 hours, actually doing my head in. Going back in. Because it's an important chart to have the 4 hour. You know what I mean? Right. Below previous daily low. Still bearish. See. Break. 3 minute. No. So this, I'm just not really sure. I'm missing whether I'm getting like, I'm missing stuff in the noise of the 1 minute chart, or if it's, you know, just maybe not the right months of the year to be trading it on FX replay. Like that's all the way there. Like, what are we looking at? Do you know what I mean? Monday. Let's give it forward again. 8:30, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, too far gone. Didn't matter anyway. Bang it all the way into tomorrow. $7.40. 8:15. 9, 15, 5s. To be honest, at this rate, I might actually just go back to my normal model. Because I know that works. I've done the back testing on it. I know that works. There's a fair value gap here that we could just take and then continue upwards. Or we just rip anyway, because that's what Braz wants to do, man. Like, don't see an inverse there. Don't see an inverse there. It's just gone. 5s. Long. Apparently not. Very, very odd. What are we in? February still. Fuck. Okay, so swept London low. $9.54. 10. 5. Further sweep. Is it further sweep? Back and forth between buyers and sellers. Continuation, and we'll see it go all the way down from an 11. So what was the draw there? I don't know. Go on, take the PM low. Let's see it, buddy. Come on. There we go. Okay. Again. Whoa, blimey. Strange. So there is rarely a setup that actually takes place how I'm looking for it to form. Unless I'm just completely blind and missing it. 9:15. What are we? We've got London low there. 20-25 day. Fucking yep. 9:30. It's not traded above it or below one of the levels yet. Do you know what I mean? Right, so London high gets taken. Okay, so I want to look for an inverse here. Nothing. I mean, there's this, but there's wicks in it. Yeah, I don't know if I like this. My overall verdict on this model. I got that one winning trade on the first one, and I thought it was pretty solid, and since then been proven otherwise. So we'll keep going. Pump this forward, 15. Right, now what we do have here. Well, I'll demonstrate. Let's just see. For the crack. We have an inverse fair value gap there on the 5 minute. And on the 15 minute we have so that London high has been swept there. All these have been swept. Hourly is bullish, trading down into this. Don't see price coming all the way down here. We have a breaker structure here. We have a fair value gap here. So this is my normal model. Along with that, we're above the previous daily high. This is what's worrying me here, but that's not, market's not even opened yet. Another tap, continuation down. And do its thing. Up, stopped out. Okay, so even that wasn't the case there. So still in February. Right, so we've got a weekly opening gap that we traded into. London session. 8:30 that. 9:15. Okay. Filled the gap. Incentives. Price recovering that. Traded down into this. What's the need to go lower? Just keep our eyes open. Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't seem to be liking much here, do I? Continuing up. And when does that change? 10 o'clock. So we get the inverse here. See, both ways you could look at it, like fair value gap, short, London low, or on the 15-minute, you look at the general bias and aim for the PM high. So just see, you go, momentum. So I'm still picking up information. It's good that I'm recording this because, you know, when I'm backtesting, I forget a lot of the stuff that I've seen. The trades that I don't take, you can't journal them. So like that's another aspect as well. So just having it on video is helpful. London session looks pretty bearish here. $45, $50. Trade up into this imbalance here. Momentum, still bullish. Sold off a little bit. Maybe see a reaction of this. Yep. But then we've just traded down into this. We've not actually broken. Is that a change in state of delivery? I don't know. Let's just have a look, see what time is. 9:54. Short. And up. So London Eye still not taken. I think what the problem is I'm expecting sessions to take opposite highs and lows almost immediately. And, you know, when you look at this on a 5-minute, total soup, you know, trade up into the fair value gap here, drop down into the 5. So that fair value gap is there. Break structure, 1, 2, 3, trade into the fair value gap, go short, put your stop above here, target, PM low. There you go. And then right, next one is the last one, and then we'll call it for the video, because I can appreciate that this is going on for a while now. Do you know what I mean? So Wednesday, pop this forward a little. $9.30. Are we going down towards London low? Nope. Still in February? No, March now. Okay, so maybe we get a bit more different price action. Maybe February and January, which is not great years, months in 2022. I can't remember off the top of my head. Keep saying it's the last one, but you know, I'm here, I'm doing it. 30. 8:45. 9:15. 25. There we go. Balance that. Break a structure here. Or here. Or here. Again, my usual model would be inverse fair value gap. Break a structure. 1, 2, 3, fair value gap here. Put that fair value gap there. Into short. Off that. Stop up here. Previous daily high has been taken. Target down here. 3 to 2. Maybe it works, maybe it don't. And there you go. That's my usual model. So maybe I will go back to that. I think I was just trading it for so long that I became not complacent, but bored of trading the same thing and waiting for the same thing. So, you know, the fact that's happened there, yeah, it's one trade, but like, I was able to identify that pretty fucking quickly. Inverse, break, fair value gap entry, stop above the inverse, target the previous daily, high or low, depending if it's short or long, you know, and then that hits what in the Asia session, just coming into Asia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break. This is going to be the end of the video. I'm we can look at the results. They were all losses. I think I only took like 3 trades in that whole session. Session summary. So how many trades have we taken? Where does it say? Yes, I took 3 trades. All losses, I believe. Journal. That's the wrong session. That's why I'm getting confused. It's this one. Summary. Yeah, 3 trades, all losses, minus $645, $650. And yeah, it's just a lot of waiting between trades themselves. So I think we got the last profit was right at the start of the year, 5th of January 2022, and then all the way up to March, no winners, and the winners that were there I didn't take. So yeah, I think I know what my forever model is. Yeah, just gonna have to stick with it. Improve me executions. And yeah, I'll do some more back testing again on my actual model in a separate video, and then we'll just see how that plays out, because ultimately going into 2026 I want something solid, something that I'm comfortable with, something that I'm familiar with, I have data on, something I have traded in live markets and made profits on. So yeah, it's just one of those. I think that will be everything. So still in profit from that first trade, which is pretty mad really when you think about it. It was a big 5 to 1. What was it? What was it actually? Can I see? Risk reward 5.6 to 1. 5.46, sorry. And yeah, that will do me for today. So with that in mind, have a good one, have a happy new year, and I will see you in a bit.